All right. Well, first and foremost, as everyone starts to arrive, I just want to welcome you, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back to yourself, Chris.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, as always.
You, Paul.
My name is Chris Stottinger, and this is my associate,
Paul Richter. Welcome.
And together, we are co-hosting the Pretty Gritty Tours live trivia night. We're going to give everyone an opportunity to sort of arrive and make yourselves comfortable. You can, as you'll find out, comment, and then we can put your comments up on the screen, which is a classy new feature of what we're doing today. Is anyone particularly excited about trivia? I know I am.
I am as well. I am very excited to be here, and I'm currently just setting up my own screen to make sure I can see everything I need to see.
Ooh, I love it. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. As you guys settle in and make yourselves comfortable, we're going to just go on repeat sort of about what you can expect tonight and give everyone an opportunity to sort of arrive. Also, this is an excellent opportunity for Paul to say something, which I don't normally allow him to do.
I am as well. That is true. I'm very excited to say something. I also can't help but notice that Chris threw it to me right now through no fault of his own at the worst possible time, because I'm talking to you as I'm trying to pull up the Facebook video so that I can be watching it, and the YouTube video so that I can be watching it as we do this. However, I think I just did it, and now you know a little bit more about me and how I handle stressful situations.
This is normally why we don't let him speak too much in public. Oh, nice. Oh, you know, we didn't even intend to have University of Washington colors emblazoned over everything, but here we are. So tonight, and again, I'm going to say this many times, we are going to do a live trivia night. It is an experiment, wouldn't you say, Paul? An experiment?
That is exactly how I would phrase it.
The human condition. We have no idea how this is going to work. I would say that we've user tested it a few times to work the bugs out, but I'm not going to promise anything other than frivolity and the absolute best experience you've ever had in your life.
But nothing too big.
No, I think we're keeping our expectations modest.
Absolutely.
The way this is going to work is in a couple minutes, once we feel like enough people have joined, we are going to start the trivia night experience. It's going to look something a little bit like this. And we have 4 categories tonight. The 4 categories Paul will now explain to you.
The first category is going to be a rapid fire category, which means that we are going to ask a question or put up an image related to a question, and you are going to type your answer to that question in the comments, whether you are watching on YouTube or Facebook. And the first comment that we see with the correct answer will earn a point. For example, if Chris was like, question number 1, who's cooler, Paul or Chris? The first person to type my name in would get 1 point for the tour.
Ouch. Zing. Point to you for witty repartee. Our second category is going to be a little bit different in that you are going to be asked to record your answers on a piece of paper there in your home. So if you have paper and pen, now's the opportunity to run and get them. You're going to write down your answers, and then at the end of that round, you're going to take a picture of it and send it via private message to the Pretty Gritty Tours Facebook page or through the YouTube if you want. But I'm recommending that you're on Facebook. The next category number 3, is the same way. We're going to have you write down your answers, take a picture, and then the 4th and final category, you are still going to write down your answers. And then at the very end, we're going to send you the link to an online quiz where you can submit them, and they'll be graded in real time. So, is everyone feeling pretty confident? Feeling good?
I could use just another quick moment here. I got that covered, but thank you.
Okay. All right. I think we're looking good on that. 4 categories. Most of it is Tacoma based, and then there's some fun bonuses in there in case you guys have been watching along on any of our other tours. Other than that, if anyone has any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please let us know. I will just advise you to remind us on occasion. There's about a 60-second lag between when Paul and I are talking and when you hear what we've said. And we are notorious for ignoring the good advice of our significant others. And if we start drinking heavily and bulldoze through that information, just rein us back in the comments. We'll be much better tonight. We're going to attempt to remember that there is a pony express of internet from the moment the words leave our mouth to when they arrive to you. I don't know if we're ready for this.
So once again, before we get started, we just want to thank you all for being here. Like Chris said before, it is an experiment. We're all learning, figuring out how to use this technology, and figuring out how to do things like this in this weird new time that we're in. But we really love that you're all here joining us for this experience, and we can't wait to share it with you. So if everybody feels like they're here about a minute and a half from now, we'll go ahead and get started.
Absolutely. Paul, is there anyone in the audience or the world that you'd like to particularly thank today? Oh my gosh. Let me ask you that question and then bulldoze right past it really quick. We haven't even discussed the grandest part of this whole experience. There are prizes.
What?
It's true. It's true. The first place prize for our winner tonight with the most points is a $100 gift card from Pretty Gritty Tours.
$100? Are you sure that's not a miscalculation?
I really hope that it's not, because I am feeling very confident that that's accurate.
Well,
you'll never believe this though. The second place prize. Do you want to just hazard a guess?
I don't even know. A Pretty Gritty sticker?
Better, my friend. It is $50 gift card.
$50?
I know. Some might describe it as half as great as the first prize, but I like to see it as twice as good as third place.
Which is
$25.
Wow.
Truly extraordinary. And here's the icing on all those virtual cakes. Every person who gets first, second, or third, now on top of their gift card is also going to get a physical letter in the mail from you and me that has a little bit of Tacoma swag in it. So
I'm so glad you said letter in the mail, because I am not licensed to give physicals.
That's not what I've heard about you.
I don't have anything witty to say back to that. But
all right.
Thank everybody once again for being here with us, and glad we can do this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the grand Pretty Gritty Tours trivia night. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I didn't have any classy theme music. I'm sorry. I was kind of hoping Paul would put something together. So again, we're going to have 4 categories. Number 1 is Name the Icon with 10 questions. Second round will be Showtime with 7 questions. Third round is Fill in the Blank, 10 questions. And then our fourth and final round, Mission Unguessable, with 5 questions. Round 1, Name the Icon, goes a little something like this. You are going to be shown a picture. Something in that picture will be circled in red. You have to submit your answer in the comments as to what you think that icon, person, or object is. The first correct answer receives 1 point, and there will be no additional points awarded after that.
So if you, we're not gonna do a trial with that first Tacoma icon photo.
Apparently, I skipped a slide, so no, we're gonna jump. This is our trial.
Great. If you believe that you know the name of this Tacoma icon located here in this picture, go ahead and message that to us in the comments. And it looks like we already have 2 answers in. Chris, are either of those correct?
As a matter of fact, yes. We already have our first point awarded to Judy Lance. Congratulations.
All right. Well done, Judy Lance. As Chris mentioned, every correct answer here in the rapid fire round is worth 1 point. Now we know
not every correct answer. Only the first correct answer is awarded a point.
Excuse me. Thank you very much. Every first correct answer. If you are the first person to answer correctly, you earn 1 point. Now we know that some people's internet connections may not be as fast as others. And if you know the answer, but it's just not sending quite as fast, you are welcome to call Chris at 3 a.m. and complain.
It's all right. I'll put Paul's number in the comments below, and we can go from there. So now you've got a taste for it. We're gonna begin in earnest. But yes, this is Miss Thea Foss, the founder of the Foss Maritime Company, classy lady, and truly a personal hero of mine. I assume it's Paul.
Oh, before we continue, I just want to remind everybody to like the Pretty Gritty Tours Facebook page so that we can see your name as you comment. If you've not liked our page, we will see something as we're doing this that just says Facebook user. We won't be able to attribute those points to you. And it'll be really disappointing if the #1 winner tonight is Facebook user.
This is the only round where we're going to accept moderate typos. So like a single space, 1 letter off. Other than that, we're going to put it to Paul's discretion from here on out.
Sounds great.
Let's begin. In we go. Number 2. Ooh.
So the name of this Tacoma area icon. Go ahead and type that into your space where you type comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know, and you can earn 1 point.
Ooh, it looks like we've got a correct answer right here. Lindsay Lance with Stadium High School. Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Looks like the Lance family is really rocketing into the lead here. They are the family.
Killing it right now.
I should mention, however, that their points don't add up. Judy and Lindsay are in competition. Just, they're the powerhouse family.
I like that. A little sibling rivalry. I'm assuming it's sibling relationship here. Really goes a long ways for everyone. Paul, say something witty about Stadium High School.
Stadium High School is where the popular late 90s, early 2000s band Letters to Cleo sang the song I Want You to Want Me, if that's the name of the song, which I'm pretty sure it is, on the roof of Stadium High School. And here's how you know they're a cool band. Ben Wyatt on Parks and Rec likes them so much that he wears a t-shirt of them, and at the big concert in the final season, he freaks out when he gets to meet the lead singer. Is that witty enough?
That was equal parts witty and obscure. I really appreciate you being here for this tonight. Thank you very much. Shall we go on to our third?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Ooh.
Once
Personal
again,
favorite of mine.
if you know this Tacoma icon, type its name and let us know. I'm also not going to say for sure, 100% certain, that this place is owned and lived in by a vampire, but I'm also not for sure going to say it's not.
It's difficult to speculate as to the vampiric origins, but it's hard to know. Okay, here we go. We've got, oh man. So here we got some discretion already. My technical team is telling me that Elizabeth Guerrero may have submitted the answer first. So we're going to award her a point as well for Thea Foss.
Okay.
Going back through my comments here, we're checking in with the production team. It looks like,
I believe Lindsay Lance.
Lindsay got this one. It's extraordinary. You guys must be operating on some 1 gigabyte internet.
I will say, for anyone out there who is suffering because of the lag and your answers just aren't getting in first, this is only the first round, and there will be opportunities where we even the playing field a little bit there to make sure that this doesn't happen for everybody. So thank you for participating.
Please don't be discouraged by Paul's good looks. Here's a tricky one. Number 4. If you know this Tacoma icon, which is still around today, please put it in the comments. We will judge it accordingly. Let's see.
I do see some fantastic guesses.
Oh, Elizabeth coming in for the win. I'm double checking. Yep, because it's only one letter off. We're going to award it to her. The Heidelberg.
I'm sure that was a typo and not that she meant that it was the Heidelberg Brewery. However,
while the Heidelberg was a very popular joint in the 1960s, I'm assuming
they played a lot of movies.
I feel like, you know what? Let's award a point to Sierra Hartman as well for the first correct spelling as well.
You got it.
All right, cruising right along. Let's go to our number 5. Ooh. Now, Paul, do you even know this one?
I do. I will say definitively that I know this one because I've had to talk about it on our tours. I would not have known about it otherwise. Unless I'm so far off that I don't know, but I believe this is a location that is featured on our Ghost Tour.
It is, as a matter of fact.
Then it
looks like Lance coming in again with Tacoma Hotel. Let's get another point awarded on there.
Absolutely.
And feedback is coming in that it looks like the feed might be a little bit faster on the iPhone, so there might be some competitive advantage to that. And for those people, using all the tools you have afforded to you, well done.
You can't customize
Moving on to number 6.
your phone, but you can get your answers in faster.
Probably the most difficult of them all, I would say.
That's right. If you know the name of this obscure Tacoma location that only locals know, go ahead and type that in and let us know.
It's a real hole in the wall. Not a lot of people are aware of this location, I think.
It's not the kind of place you get tourists.
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, it's moving pretty fast here, but it looks like Sierra Hartman. Nicely done for our quick draw championship right there. And it's been confirmed by our production team. 1 point for Sierra Hartman. Well done, sir. Also, a quick shout out to our friends over at Grit City Magazine. By far the finest news publication in the city of Tacoma. Unsponsored, personal feeling. Let's move on to number 7. Oh, Paul, I put this one specifically in here for you. If you know this icon in Tacoma, please put her name down in the answers, in the comments.
Now, Chris, I believe there may be a couple of options we would accept here.
There absolutely are. You could use her Christian name or you could use her nickname. I would accept either. Personally, I would prefer the nickname, but I'm not picky, as you know about me.
I do know about you, and I think at this point our viewers do too. Anne Wright is a fantastic guess, Melody. However, you are incorrect.
Yep. Also, a hat is a really good guess, but unfortunately not accurate as well.
We do have one person who has gotten close.
Pretty close.
I don't necessarily want to highlight their answer, but we have one person who's very, very close to the correct answer.
Not as wholesome as Annie Wright, if that's any hint for you people out there. Sheryl Crow is also a real good answer. Oh man, I feel like we might need to
just got one.
Kelly Roe Dickens, 1 point awarded for Klondike Kate. Absolutely. Klondike Kate. Yeah, fantastic history behind that woman that we're going to now gloss over entirely because she might become important later. Number 8. And we are looking for the entirety of this icon, not just one part of it. We just didn't have a circle big enough.
Old Bastion bricks, as I like to call
Old
it.
Bastion bricks,
I should have
indeed.
said ballast. Old ballast bricks. Because this structure is made primarily, as far as the external structure of it, out of ballast bricks from Chinese freight ships that came into
That's true.
our port.
The interior is mostly designed of Wilkinson sandstone, and then Chinese ballast bricks comprise the exterior. Here we go. Looking like Brian Reynolds. Nope.
Oh, we had answers before that.
It looks like Jessica. Jessica Little gets it. 1 point. Is it not showing up? I've got to confirm with the production team.
On my end,
What do we got?
Patricia Rivers Manny.
Okay, so based on production, Patricia Rivers Manny gets 1 point.
All right.
We're also going to assign one to Jessica because we might be having some confusion on the order here, but it's looking good.
Allow me just a quick moment to see something.
Absolutely. I will take us now to number 9. Now, we're not looking for any specific name here, but if you know the entirety of this group, for example, the Village People, please put it in the comments below. This group Oh, there it is. Jessica, once again, another point assigned. Congratulations. This is the crew of the Andalena. Unfortunately, all lost in a freak occurrence on Commencement Bay, sealed in their ship forever. Also on our ghost tour, as Paul would be happy to tell you.
Yes.
Paul loves being put on the spot by me at all times.
The story of the Andalena, sometimes pronounced Andalana, is a heavy feature in Tacoma's premier ghost tour company's ghost tour, and honestly a big part of Tacoma's ghost history. Our port has been not only a big influence on the economy and social history of our city, but also has impacted many of the more tragic tales that still linger in Tacoma's cultural awareness and conscious to this day.
It warms the very cockles of my heart when you get all historical on us. I really enjoy it.
I do what I can.
And for the 10th question for us, name this icon. You may have seen her downtown.
If you know the name of this Tacoma icon, let us know what it is so we can give you a point.
You don't have to use her first name if you get the title right. Ooh, we're so close with Sierra Hartman's, but we're not quite there.
We've gotten a few very close answers.
Some very good guesses across the board, but boom. Yes, again, we're going to take it. Only one letter off. Sierra Hartman gets the point with the Goddess of Commerce, which is always a difficult word for me to say and something that my wife makes fun of me constantly for. Commerce.
How do you typically say commerce?
I usually say commerce,
which
apparently is not how normal people say that word.
Well, who was normal anyway?
Yeah, thank you. Very good point. And if you guys are ready, we do actually have a lightning bonus round of 1 question.
If you can name this iconic Tacoma icon, truly a god among insects, perhaps king of cats, in my opinion, the noblest creature to stalk the halls of Chris's home.
A symbol of just dignity.
Now, we may have something for the judges because we did. Oh, great.
There it is.
I was going to say a little typed it first with a typo, but I think was even fast enough to get it back in with the retype.
Absolutely was. We're going to award the point to Jessica yet again.
And Judy Lance was first on mine, just spelled it 1 letter.
Also, production is saying an extra point for Judy Lance, who came in on our secondary platform. So, Aries, there he is. All right. So let's move on to our next category. You guys doing well so far? Everyone seems to be making it happen. Round 2, Showtime, tests how well do you know the historic theater scene in Tacoma. Now, this says speed round, but it's only because we left that there unknowingly. You can write as quickly or as slowly as you prefer, but you are going to write down your answers on a piece of paper. At the end of this round, we are going to ask you to take a picture of that piece of paper and send it as a direct message to the Pretty Gritty Tours messaging inbox, at which point our production crew is going to sort through them and award points during intermission. So far, so good?
I believe so.
Okay, here we go. So as we move to the tester slide here, which theater was built for Alexander Pantages in Tacoma?
Now,
Again,
as a reminder, this is a practice question, just so that we can call out and embarrass anybody who has forgotten and tries to type their answer into the comments as if this were a rapid-fire quick speed round.
for example, Laura Lemke, absolutely correct. It is the Pantages Theater. Unfortunately, we don't want you to put your answer into the comments and let someone else steal it. So be sure to write it down on a piece of paper and submit it for us at the end. Looks like everyone's feeling good about this.
One more time for safety. For this entire round, we are asking you to write the answers to these questions down on a piece of paper. At the end of this round, we'll take a brief break and we'll allow you to take a photo of those answers on your piece of paper and Facebook message it to Pretty Gritty Tours. And then we will tally the scores.
And we understand that if you're on a mobile device or, I don't know, using fax or whatever, you'll have to navigate away for a second after you take your picture and submit it to us. It's okay. We will do nothing interesting. We're going to play a slideshow, so you'll have an opportunity. Here we go. Into the real stuff. Question number 1. What theater, originally founded by the Tacoma Drama League in 1918, is currently located on North I Street across from the Parkway Tavern?
Hey, Chris.
Again. Oh, yeah.
Would you mind taking down the comment, Pretty Gritty Tours, this could get dicey? Because it is covering up part of the question.
That would be very irritating and unprofessional.
You're doing great.
Again, what theater, originally founded by the Tacoma Drama League in 1918, is currently located on North I Street across from the Parkway Tavern?
If you know the answer, write it down on your piece of paper that you're going to take a photo of and send it to us in a little bit.
Question number 2. Boasting that it is the largest community theater in the Northwest, what is the name of the theater located in a renovated old movie house in Tacoma's West End, just on this side of the Narrows Bridge?
And just to make sure that we are giving everybody time, I want to clarify in case I worded this poorly. When I say just on this side of the Narrows Bridge, I mean on the Tacoma side. If you are in Gig Harbor playing this game, this side of the Narrows Bridge would mean an entirely different thing to you. We're not trying to discriminate against Gig Harbor people. I just didn't think about it till just now.
It's a good catch. I appreciate your responsibility. Boasting that it is the largest community theater in the Northwest, what is the name of this theater located in a renovated old movie house in Tacoma's West End, just on the Tacoma side of the Narrows Bridge?
Again, write that answer down on a piece of paper.
Question number 3. Name the only nonprofit cinema in Pierce County, the South Sound's nonprofit home for independent, international, and local film. Name the only nonprofit cinema in Pierce County, the South Sound's nonprofit home for independent, international, and local film.
I hope everyone is writing their answers down on the same piece of paper, because I think we said write it down on a piece of paper. And if everyone's writing these answers down on separate pieces of paper, it's going to make this all the more complicated.
That's true. That would make it much more complicated for all involved. Number 4. What North Tacoma establishment, named after a lounge in Paris, France, had its grand opening in 1923 with its screening of the silent film, The Green Goddess? This could be a little tricky, but what current North Tacoma establishment, named after a lounge in Paris, France, had its grand opening in 1923 with its screening of the silent film, The Green Goddess?
If you think you know, write it down.
Question number 5. Boasting that it is the largest. Wait a minute. This looks
Interesting.
remarkably similar to a previous question. So,
Should we just give everyone a chance to answer it again?
Moving on to number 6. A large portion of the funding to build the Pantages Theater in downtown Tacoma was paid for by a woman named Catherine Rockwell. If you were paying attention, you should know her nickname. Again, a large portion of the funding to build the Pantages Theater in downtown Tacoma was paid for by a woman named Catherine Rockwell. What was her nickname?
Any incredibly clever Facebook or YouTube users could probably scroll back up through the comments and find the answer.
That's a beautiful woman there, old Catherine. And finally, number 7, the Tacoma Theater, built in 1889, later known as the Music Box, burned down in 1963. What movie was playing when the fire broke out? Again, that's the Tacoma Theater, pictured here, built in 1889, later known as the Music Box, burned down in 1963. What movie was playing when the fire broke out? That's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one. I actually don't know the answer to that question.
It's a good one. Once you know it, you'll remember it forever. I hope that it enriches each of you deep down inside.
Was it Backdraft? Because that would be awesome. I think that's
man.
But it's about fire.
That would be pretty great. Dante's Inferno would have been a great one.
So now, building in time, knowing that there is a bit of a lag from the time that I say this to the time that you hear it, we are going to take a brief break so that everybody who's using an iPad or a phone or a system that requires them to navigate away from this in order to do the task we're asking you to do will have the ability. But what we're going to ask you to do is take a photo of those answers that you wrote down, send that photo to Pretty Gritty Tours in Facebook Messenger, and we will be back with you in about 2 minutes, I believe.
Let's say 3. Let's give everyone 3 minutes. And we're just going to play this slideshow on repeat while we're gone, and then we'll check back in with you guys after you're done submitting your answers. This would be an excellent opportunity to pour yourself a fresh drink, take a quick bathroom break, whatever you need to do. Okay, we are back. And we are going to give Paul a moment to tabulate the answers. Unless, Paul, are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm going to...
Did you unmute me? Hi. Another one of our texts still adding up those points because there are so many. But I will say from what I saw, we're going to have more difficult questions next time because people know their stuff.
Man, Tacoma, as I always discover more and more every day, is incredibly well educated on its own history. And I really appreciate that.
So I think...
which is actually, I want to take a moment to shout out a couple fantastic people really quick. First and foremost, T-Town Apparel, ttownapparel.com is doing a Tacoma Strong campaign right now, which I really appreciate. And so any of these shirts that you buy that has that business's name on it, 100% of the proceeds from that go to that business. And I really appreciate that they're doing something to give back to the community. And it's really cool because a lot of these businesses have sweet logos. So if anyone wants to support T-Town Apparel, which in and of itself helps support Tacoma right now, I think that's a really worthwhile cause. I also would like to take an opportunity while we're talking about historic preservation and knowing your history out here, to shout out the Grave Concerns nonprofit foundation, who have been really active in placing markers on the essentially unmarked graves at the Western State Hospital graveyard. I know they've been doing a lot of good works. They've been slowed down by this pandemic, as we all have, but I appreciate everything that they're doing out there. So Grave Concerns and T-Town Apparel, if you're looking to get a little more involved in the Tacoma scene, both of those are some great places to Google while you have the opportunity. So while everyone's tabulating a little bit more,
Chris,
you feeling ready to tabulate, my friend?
I think we may want to announce the total winner of tonight's trivia after the video event has ended.
Okay.
So we need to encourage everybody to check out and follow us on Facebook to see that announcement tonight. Because I think it's going to take a little bit longer to add up points.
Fair enough. That's how we do this. So again, just to reiterate, third place, a $25 Pretty Gritty gift card and an envelope of swag. Second, silver medal, you get a $50 Pretty Gritty gift card and an envelope of swag. And first place, gold medal, is a $100 Pretty Gritty gift card and an envelope of swag, which is a reoccurring theme you've may have noticed. So with that said, let's see if I can find where our trivia went really quick. And then we're going to jump back into it. This is going to be round 3. Round 3 is fill in the blank. Fill in the blank, which is everything that it sounds like. If we show you a photo, you fill in the blank space with where that photo was taken. We're looking for a location. If it's just a sentence with a blank space, fill in that blank. And again, this is going to be, you record it on a piece of paper and then submit it as a direct message at the end. Am I forgetting anything, Paul?
Nope. We do have a question from Robin Larson. Is it the winner for each section or total quiz? And
Total quiz.
Yep. I was just going to say, we will be announcing the winner, the first, second, and third place winners of the total quiz, so that we can announce the official winner at the end, before hopefully the end of the night, but not before the end of the video, just because we are working as hard as we can to get those scores added up. But we're not going to make you sit here and watch a video of me going 5 points, 7 points. Click.
We could do some AMSR tabulating. Just put like a high grade microphone on Paul and just have that rich audio of you tabulating.
We could, or we could finish the event and then announce the scores later this evening.
We'll put a poll out, see what people are interested in. Round 3, fill in the blank. So for example, Mount Blank can be seen from Tacoma.
So for this one, just like in the previous round, you'll be writing your answers down on a piece of paper and sending that in. If the photo option is not working for you, I know that we are having some contestants/viewers who are just texting, not texting, but messaging the answers in a text message, not text message, a
direct message to Facebook.
But with text, a direct message, in fact. If you are one of these people, thank you for your patience and cooperation and being willing to continue working with us. I will say, please send all of your answers in a single message if you can. So one answer, two answer, rather than as several separate messages.
That would be very useful.
So again, for this practice
Here we go.
Mount.
Number 1. These photos show off the Tacoma blank at different stages throughout its history. These photos show off the Tacoma blank at different stages throughout its history. It's a personal favorite of mine, but I feel like this crowd is so sharp, everyone's going to get it without any problem at all.
Very possibly. We might have to really step up our questions.
Number 2, while in Tacoma, Irv Robbins created blank, his 31st flavor of ice cream. While in Tacoma, Irv Robbins created blank, his 31st flavor of ice cream.
Now, is that Irv Robbins of Baskin Robbins?
It's funny that you should ask, Paul, but yes, the very same. While not a Tacoma native, he did attend Stadium High School here and learn the art of creamery while living and working in his father's ice cream shop.
Wow.
On 11th. Yeah, the more you know. Number 3, we offer exclusive tours of blank where these photos were taken. We offer exclusive tours of blank where these photos were taken. And I will say, if you are not familiar with the location, you might be surprised that this is what it looks like from a different vantage point.
If you've been on our tour of blank, you may have these similar photos yourself, because when we tour blank and go to these locations in it, we often encourage people to take photos there.
They're classy photos. Jake Bird confessed to the confirmed blank of 42 blank.
Now, Chris.
Yes, Paul.
Is this question worth 2 points, or is each blank worth half a point?
What do you feel in your heart and soul?
I think that they should be each worth 1, because I really want to inflate the point economy of this tour. Trivia.
Well, let's go ahead and do it.
Great. I've just gotten word from one of our texts that the points for round 2 have been tabulated and added up. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe we won't necessarily have to wait till later.
Let's announce them at the end of round 3.
Sounds good.
Number 5, these photos showcase blank. We're looking for the name of the entire building. The entire building. Number 5, these photos showcase blank. And I believe you were with me when we got these photos, when we toured this facility. Is that correct?
I believe I was. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were on a ghost hunt inside this space. One of Pretty Gritty Tours' few ghost hunts we've been able to give.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a particularly fine one. Okay, it's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for continuing to write down your answers on that piece of paper, saving them for the direct message at the end here. And at the end, we would love any feedback on what we could do to make this program stronger. And we would really love to hear what we did well, because both Paul and I thrive on positive affirmation. Let's move on to number 6.
Very good.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I keep talking right as you're about to talk. It's cool.
Well, that's because I continuously talk. Number 6, when the blank was hit by an underwater landslide, Emma Stubbs died in her house. Number 6, when the blank was hit by an underwater landslide, Emma Stubbs died in her house.
Now, this was information that was shared on a Pretty Gritty virtual tour very recently, I believe.
Yeah. It's one of the more obscure tragedies of Tacoma, but definitely one worth knowing.
Perhaps mentioned on the Pretty Gritty Tour's Ghost Tour?
The Haunted Foss Waterway Tour.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to number 7, which I believe is the last one here. The blank pictured here is a highlight on our 6th Ave tour. The blank pictured here is a highlight on our 6th Ave tour. You got 2 perspectives here. One is the historic one. One is what it looks like, pretty modern. I think that might have been a picture. It's hard to tell sometimes with Tacoma cars that always have that sort of vintage look. This could have been the 90s or it could have been March 12th.
Hey, we've got a fantastic comment from someone who I'm sure knows the answer, but we should highlight. Merritt Riley is getting married at this location in December.
First of all, congratulations, Merritt. That's huge.
And Sarah
All
Kane,
right.
thanks for the fist bump that I'm assuming
Pound it.
for Merritt, but I'm taking a little bit for myself.
I assume it was a pound it and not a punch in the face.
Well, if it's a fist bump,
Move
the best thing I can do is move my fist close to my camera so that, whatever. Why you gotta
Yeah,
tear
no,
me?
I endorse it. I endorse it. Okay, and I believe. Oh, number 8.
Oh my goodness, you said
This is a 10 question one. Whew, buckle up. Harry Morgan, Tacoma's first crime lord, said, "A city without blank ain't worth a damn." Harry Morgan, Tacoma's first crime lord, said, "A city without blank ain't worth a damn." And I don't know about you. Oh, I can't even. I don't know that I agree with this sentiment.
Yeah, I was ready to argue with you. I actually don't agree with Mr. Morgan here. I think cities without this are worth quite a bit. And there are some cities who feature this heavily that I'm not that into.
I mean, you could, yeah, no, I can't. I'm sorry. Normally, I want to be so combative with you all the time, but for once, we have the similar taste in something. All right. Let's see here. We're going to move on to number 9. Number 9 is these pictures showcase art on display at the, and this is a tricky one. You might think it's one thing, but in fact, it's another. Oh, how rude of us. These pictures showcase art on display at the, and for our 10th and final question, the noble Tacoma resident, blank, is the real-life inspiration behind Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days. The noble Tacoma resident, or this notable Tacoma resident, is the real-life inspiration behind Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days.
I think it was supposed to say the notable, but I typed this, or this notable is what it was supposed to say, and I typed the noble instead. But
which is fine. Honestly, I
noble.
think it fits better. This particular character in Tacoma's narrative is one that would have gladly accepted that title.
Absolutely.
Okay, things are looking good right now. So, at this point,
We
go
should,
ahead.
just as we did before, ask people to send those photos and or a direct message on Facebook with your answers. And as soon as we get back, we will announce the standings from round 2 as the
Excellent.
round 3 answers begin being tabulated.
Okay, so this is the final time that we're going to play that slideshow, giving you an opportunity to submit your answers via direct message. Our hardworking technical team is going to begin tabulating them. So please take this opportunity. Please submit your answers. That fantastic slideshow of Tacoma is about to play again. And when we come back in a couple minutes, we are going to announce the scores of the first 2 rounds. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I've just brought Paul back without his knowledge. You were on the point right there. I'm very impressed.
Doing what I can.
So at this point,
yeah, go ahead. It's not important.
We are prepared to announce the scores from the first and second rounds. Am I accurate in that assessment?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll begin with the first round scores. First round, as you remember, was rapid fire. And we had a lot of people who were answering. And I just want to shout out to the unsung heroes of the rapid fire first round, which are all those people who knew the answer and answered as quick as they could, but their internet service just didn't get their answer to us first. You deserve all the points in the world, even though you don't actually get any. However, coming in a decided and honorable second place, to second place, oftentimes called third place, in the first round, rapid fire, is Judy Lance with 2 points. In second place from the first round, rapid fire, we have a tie, 2 people with 3 points. And those people are Jessica Little and Sierra Hartman.
Whoa.
In the first round, our number one leading person with a solid 5 points was Jessica M. Lance.
Cheers to you, madam. All right. That is a commanding lead, really, but
Now,
also not.
In round 2, and again, we are not yet announcing, or maybe not again, I don't know if we've said this, but I'm not yet announcing cumulative high scores, but instead announcing the highest from each round. So in round 2, which was our Showtime round about theaters, we had so many people who got every single answer correct. We actually have a 9-person tie for first place, as 9 people got every answer correct that round. So what I'm actually going to do is announce each of their names, and we will give them a quick round of applause before we move on to our final round of trivia.
Let's do it.
Great.
Okay. Also, we got a question. This is a great question here. What is a proper Tacoma toast? And this is something we've talked about, honestly, at length before. I would like to float that the true Tacoma toast should be, we're all going to do better tomorrow, which is a fantastic opportunity to point out that Paul and I have exact opposite cats on the chroma scale.
Personality scale. Aries is just like a beautiful creature who wants to sit in the sun and have adoration basked upon him, whereas my cat, Bagheera, just wants to push over anything I'm focusing on at any time.
A true cat, though. Aries is not so much aware that he's a cat.
Well, that the most cat of all. The people who got 100% on our second round are, and I apologize if I pronounce anyone's name incorrectly, but we have Patricia Rivers Manning, Luann Siefan, Elizabeth Grasher, Heidi Stormer, Dolce No, Summer Thurnberg, Elizabeth Guerrero, Jessica Little, and Amber J. Brock. All of you got 100% of the answers correct in round 2. We are still tabulating the scores from round 3, but I think we're ready to move on to round number 4.
Let's do it. I'm particularly excited about this one. This is a Paul Richter category that he put together, and this one is pretty cool. I know you might not want to brag, so I'm going to do it for you. Yikes. Okay.
Once again, this is not a rapid fire round, but this will be one where you will be entering your answers in a slightly different way. So we just want to remind people not to enter your answers as a comment for this round.
We have flown. Here we go. We're about to go to Mission Unguessable. And so the highlight of this, you are going to be asked to read the mission statement of a particular Tacoma company or organization, after which you are going to guess which organization that mission statement applies to, which I think is pretty clever and classy. I really like it. The way that we're going to do this is I'm going to ask you to record your answers on a piece of paper as you've done up to this point. And then at the end of this round, Paul is going to put a link out in the comments for you to go to an online quiz and submit your answers. Then we will get a real-time score, and that should all be pretty good. So if you guys are ready.
We're trying a variety of ways of getting scores to sort of see which one works best. So again, like Chris said, we'd love your feedback at the end. If you have one particular style of giving us your answers that you felt really worked well for you, or that you want us to utilize, should we do more of these in the future, go ahead and let us know about that as well.
Here we go. Round 4, mission unguessable. So for example, here's a mission statement. What company could this possibly be talking about? If you know the answer, write it down on your sheet of paper. Please don't put it in the comments. We don't want to embarrass anyone right now. I think that one's a pretty obvious one. Subway. Here we
Subway.
go.
Just do it.
Number 1, energizing community through live performance. Energizing community through live performance. If you know the answer to this, write it down on a piece of paper. If you have an educated guess, we're going to make it a little bit easier for you at the end, so don't stress out. Energizing community through live performance. If you have absolutely no idea what this could be talking about, just write the mission statement down on your piece of paper, and maybe, spoiler alert, it will become easier for you at the end of this to guess.
That's a really enigmatic thing to say, but we're keeping people intrigued, and that's what it's all about.
100% my mission statement. Number 2, blank enriches lives and enhances the cultural vitality of the greater Tacoma community through the art of film. Blank enriches lives and enhances the cultural vitality of the greater Tacoma community through the art of film.
If you know the answer to the organization or company here in Tacoma that uses this as their mission statement, write it down on a piece of paper.
Number 3, to support the centrification of the Hilltop community through our role as the communications anchor of the Hilltop area. To support the centrification of the Hilltop community through our role as the communications anchor of the Hilltop area. Number 4, the mission of the blank is to celebrate Tacoma's rich maritime heritage, past, present, and future.
The mission of the blank is to celebrate Tacoma's rich maritime heritage, past, present, and future.
Good stuff. And our final question, blank partners with our communities to explore how history connects us all.
Spoiler alert, the answer here is not Pretty Gritty Tours. However, that is something we often do.
That would be very applicable, but it is not the correct answer to that. Blank partners with our communities to explore how history connects us all. Okay. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. We are going to give a moment for everyone to catch up since we have that minute-long lag. And then we are going to have Paul release a link out into the comments. When you click on that link, it's going to take you to a multiple choice online quiz where your answers will be tabulated, and you'll have an opportunity to answer those questions online. which is pretty high grade. We had to pull out some stops in this fascinating modern age.
I am working on sending it now, just making sure that that is happening.
You have such a focused look on your face. It's really extraordinary.
Release a link out into the comments.
Yep, that's happening.
What a rich tone I have to my voice. Thank you so much for demonstrating that to me really quick. Okay. Are you prepared to release that link?
I've just released it for Facebook. For our YouTube viewers, I may have sent it to the wrong place, so give me just a moment, and I will get that to you.
So again, you can go to that quiz. Please fill out your answers. And I suppose we should go to a slideshow really quick. Oh, Paul, I'm getting some feedback that you might not have. Oh, there's the link. Should be right here.
I've sent it on Facebook. I'll send it on Facebook one more time. Again, our YouTube people, I am going to get that to you as quickly as I can. I'm just having an issue with my browser, and I apologize.
Not a problem. We've put it up on screen as well. Quizmaker.com, QQJFZJO. So Quebec, Juliet, Foxtrot, Zulu, Juliet, Oscar. Quizmaker.com. It's extraordinary what we can do in this modern age. Okay. And yes.
Okay, so I think we should go to that slide show just to allow people to put these in so they know they're not missing any of this beautiful content of me staring at my screen doing this and you talking about it, so that no one feels like they're missing out on anything.
Great. It's a classy slideshow. I'm happy to play it again. Here we go.
if I have a link to.
Okay, so we are back, and word is there might have been some technical difficulties with this whole thing. So we are going to encourage people, if they answered the questions but it only tabulated 3, or if you couldn't get the link to work, let's go back to the basics. If you are interested, you can submit your questions via direct message. Submit your answers via direct message instead of using the online quiz. I thought the technology would help us out, but in fact, just like Terminator 1, 2, and 3, the technology was our ultimate betrayal.
Sure, but in the second one, the technology from the first one is what saved them from the technology in the second one.
Which is redundant, because if the first one hadn't been an issue in the first place, they wouldn't have needed it in the second one.
But, yeah, right. That's fair.
Yeah, thank you. That's like using your extension cord as a tourniquet after the electricity gives you a burn, which doesn't make any medical sense whatsoever.
I was just going to say, please don't, anybody out there who's looking to us for your first aid advice, don't use a tourniquet on a burn.
So if anyone would like to submit your answers via direct message, please do that instead. We're just rolling with the punches right now.
Like Chris said, this has been an experiment, and we're learning the best way to do all of these things. And hopefully we will have more in the future. So we will figure out the most efficient version of all of this as we move on to those things.
See, yeah, I'm quiz maker. You really let me down today, which is our only interaction with each other. So
looks like someone, Elizabeth Grasher, has recommended potentially that we try Kahoot. I've not tried that one, but that's something for us to experiment with as we get ready.
Yeah, let's give Kahoot a look. So at this point, let's see here.
We're giving it a few more minutes in case anyone is going to send us their answers.
Yeah. Let's ooh. There we go. I'm going to try and bring this back up. So yeah, everyone, you have an opportunity to submit your last answers via DM, and then just for funsies, while our technical team is tabulating all of that, we do have some fun, just bonus questions that don't count towards anything other than our subjective opinion of you. They won't go towards your final score, but you can put your answer in the comments when we start rolling them up, and it should be real good. Whew, man, I tell you what, this has been an experience.
It sure has.
What are you drinking?
What?
What are you drinking?
I was drinking a whiskey ginger. It was some Tullamore Dew and some Fever Tree ginger beer, but I finished it about 3 rounds ago.
That's how it's done. I really like that. For me, we're drinking a particular variety of Icelandic aquavit tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're welcome for that knowledge and screenshot. Okay, feeling. Let me confirm with our tech team. Answers are coming in. Cool. The behind the scenes team tonight has been really above and beyond. I can't thank them enough for everything they've done. So let's go briefly to our bonus questions. First of all, a round of applause to all of you. You not only answered your trivia questions, but you muddled through this technical experience with us. So here's our first one tonight. All 3 of these photos were taken in roughly the same location. What building today housed all 3 of these moments? What building today? Please go ahead and put your answer in the comments below. What building today housed all three of these moments in Tacoma history.
Again, these are not for points, but just for fun. So go ahead and say anything you want and shoot it right there into those comments.
It's just good knowledge to have, honestly. This is an iconic edifice and institution. Ooh, we've got one that's very, very close, but not quite 100%. So the Lance family coming out of the woodwork to crush. There it is. That's right. Olympic Hotel, or technically the Hotel Olympus, which here's a fun fact. The Hotel Olympus, while a Tacoma building and institution, was actually constructed for Leopold Schmidt, the founder of Olympus Brewing down in Olympia. He felt that Tacoma was a happening town, and so he put out a feeler from Olympia into Tacoma. I can see that you're shocked by the amount of knowledge I'm dropping right now.
The Hotel Olympus is the building that the Forum is currently located in.
That's correct.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Olympus Apartments and the Forum. It used to be Patty Coyne's.
Wow.
Which I believe was your favorite Irish bar.
It was my favorite public establishment in the city of Tacoma. It was a chain. I learned there are Patty Coyne's places in other cities, but this was my favorite, and it's no longer there. But
I'm sorry.
The bar of Patty Coyne's, now the Forum, has an interesting story to it as well, does it not?
It does. Do you want to regale us with that really quick?
I would love to. The bar itself features heavily busts of these bearded, hooded, very stoic-looking men carved out of ancient-looking wood.
Mm-hmm.
Everything correct so far?
No, everything's sounding very accurate.
Great. They were brought here aboard a ship that was docked in Commencement Bay and lost to the owner of the Hotel Olympus in a gambling event, which I believe was a poker game.
That is also correct. Well done. Well done.
Put on display in the bar at the Hotel Olympus, which eventually became Patty Coyne's and is now the Forum.
Sidebar, they were hand carved by French monks.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the three pictures here, the Mirror Room was an underground nightclub beneath what is now the Hotel Olympus. This was the go-go dancer in the top there, who is featured there. And there was a barber shop underground as well, which is featured in that left-hand photo of a barber going to work. Here's our next one. Which popular Korean band features this member?
His full name is Kim Suk-jin, I believe.
It's astounding to me that of all the Korean pop knowledge I've forced upon you, that this is what you remember.
His nickname is Worldwide Handsome because an American entertainment news agency saw him and the rest of the band getting off of a plane, I believe, and one of them reported, "Who is this handsome man?" And he saw that and was like, "I'm handsome worldwide," which is why they call him Worldwide Handsome.
This is true. None of what you said. You know more about Jin from BTS than you do about the hand-carved monk statues that make up the bar back of the Hotel Olympus.
I'm not sure that's true. I think I know an equal amount. I'm just, the stakes feel less high because I'm not a paid tour guide of BTS knowledge and memorabilia.
Not yet. Not yet, my friend. Keep aiming for the stars. We got some good answers here, but yes, the correct answer is BTS. Oh, we will also accept gin and tonic as a correct answer. Although without the tonic.
In other news, we now have the final scores tabulated. Chris, I would recommend maybe quickly going through and revealing the answers to the questions. So if anybody has those burning questions really needed to know, they didn't know. And then at the end, we'll announce who the winners were.
Okay, so let's go to the top of the deck really quick. I'm going to take you guys through the answers, and then we're going to reveal the final scores. So feel free to jump in. Of course, the answer to this one is Paul. If you don't know, Now you know.
Now you know.
Thea Foss, which we covered briefly in the very beginning there. Stadium High School, originally designed to be a luxury hotel, though it was never opened as such, has always and forever been a high school. The Rust Mansion, built for William Rust. Heidelberg Brewery, which is now the Seven Seas Brewery, but in this photo, it was Heidelberg. It was for a period of time also Columbia Brewing. The Tacoma Hotel, the site of Jack the Bear, the domesticated black bear cub who could drink beer and was unfortunately murdered by the local police. The Tacoma Dome, the world's largest wooden dome, source of pride for all of us, as is Kathleen Rockwell, or Klondike Kate, the temptress that seduced an entire fortune out of wealthy gold miners in the Yukon and only loved Alexander Pantages, the man who burned her. Not physically, but, broke up via text. Old City Hall, the crew of the Andalena, Goddess of Commerce, and Ares, God Among Cats. Moving on to round 2, Showtime. The answers are, Paul?
What theater originally founded, blah, 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 across from the Parkway Tavern? Tacoma Little Theater. It was pointed out to us it is not technically across the street from the Parkway Tavern, but I thought across the street and down a little bit from Parkway Tavern was worded too much. But the answer was Tacoma Little Theater.
I accept it.
The next question, the answer was Tacoma Musical Playhouse.
Ooh.
Next up, the only nonprofit cinema in the Pierce County, the Grand Cinema,
Whoop, whoop.
which is currently doing a virtual screening room. If you're missing going to see movies at the Grand, you can go online and see some of their awesome films featured in their virtual screening room.
That's a really
Question number 4, because we got a lot of these and we should move on. That is the Blue Mouse Theater, opened in 1923 in its current location. It's been there since then.
Ooh, I don't think that's the current location. I think
Okay.
The Blue Mouse was originally in the theater district downtown Tacoma, and its name and enterprise moved into the location in Proctor.
Yeah, I thought so, but when you go on their website, it says it opened on Proctor in 1923. According to the Blue Mouse's website, they were on Proctor in 1923.
I could be mistaken, and if that's the case, I apologize. I'm sure we'll be told about it momentarily.
This one, same as the other one, so people got double points potentially. And this, of course, is Kathleen Rockwell, who I wrote as Catherine, so negative 1,000,000 points for me. But Kathleen Rockwell was Klondike Kate.
Klondike Kate, which is a rad nickname.
Yeah. And then, of course, the answer to the film that was playing when the theater burned down was The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock, iconic.
Terrifying. To go see a Hitchcock film in 1963 and then have the theater catch on fire.
People might be like, oh, cool effects Hitchcock put in to make it seem like the building's burning down.
What can he do? For round number 3, fill in the blank, Mount Rainier. The Tacoma Armory Building is what we were looking for this. Mint chocolate chip. He's also credited for coming up with pralines and cream. Pralines and cream.
A delicious thing that sounds gross.
That's true. Stadium High School. This is underneath Stadium High School. We're looking for murder of women. Jake Bird confessed to the murder of 42 women. Federal Building. This is currently a post office event space on A Street, but its official name, the Federal Building. Foss Waterway. Foss Waterway is what we were hoping for. 6th Ave Baptist. Saloons and gambling halls, or gambling halls and saloons. We would have accepted either. And Chihuly Glass Bridge. Leaving our last one here, the noble Tacoma resident, George Francis Train, the real-life inspiration behind Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days. And then for round number 4, Nike. Paul?
Tacoma Arts Live. The Grand Cinema, yet again. Hilltop Action Coalition.
A really good one.
The mission of the Foss Maritime Museum.
Here it is.
And finally, The Washington State Historical Society partners with our communities to rest of that sentence.
All right, there it is. Also, just a quick note here. Original Blue Mouse Theater, 11th and Broadway.
Well, somebody needs to talk to the Blue Mouse webmaster.
I agree.
Or I need to reread it because maybe I read it wrong.
Also, this is just a fantastic comment to have. Okay, so are you ready to announce the final scores?
I am ready. Thank you for bearing with us, everyone. And super thank you to the people behind the scenes who did all the work so that I could now announce this like I did any of the counting. In third place, with 15 points, we have... We don't have that. Oh, sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. In third place with 17 points.
Okay.
In third
place, sure
place,
about this?
17 points. I'm sure now. We have Emily Rober.
Congratulations, Emily. You are our third place winner. Please send us a direct message. We're going to get you your swag.
In second place with 21 points, Elizabeth Grasher.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. This is very exciting for me and hopefully you.
And now, coming in first place with 24 total points,
Oh my gosh.
Jessica Little.
Whoa! Congratulations, Jessica. So again, please send us a DM.
We thank you very much for participating. Also want to give an honorable mention to Lindsay Lance, who had 15 points, but a tremendous number of those were in the rapid fire round. So she fought hard for those points.
Honestly, I want to reiterate everything Paul said and thank each of you for joining us tonight. A shameless opportunity for us to say, if you've enjoyed your trivia tour, please don't hesitate to tip your guides. You can always find our PayPal link at prettygrittytours.com right there on the homepage. We do love to accept your gratitude. But honestly, and I'm very sincere, no, I just want to thank you guys for joining us for all of these virtual tours. This is a crazy time in life. And any opportunity for us just to keep a sense of normalcy and wonder for the world alive is something that we are genuinely passionate about. So cheers to each of you for joining us. A tremendous thank you for your patience as we waded through the murky waters of technology tonight. But I'm hoping that we can do another one of these. And please keep your eyes open. We are going to have a huge roster of cool tours coming up, including a brand new ghost tour, our Sacred Spaces, Wright Park, Wapato Park. There's so many good ones coming up.
Yeah. Thank you all again for being here. Next time we'll have a few more of the kinks worked out, and I'm excited to see you all again. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm still Captain Chris Stottinger.
I am still Admiral Paul Richter.
Wow. Brutal. With that, I'm going to mute Paul's microphone and remove him from the stream. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you guys soon.